Hello YouTube, this is Ian here, and we're going to be working with Windows Server 2008. Here on the screen I have a couple server tasks that we're going to be performing on computer 1. First we're going to create a 10 gigabyte drive in VMware. We will then attach the drive to computer 1. We will create a simple volume using just 5 gigabytes of the allotted 10. We will then convert the disk to dynamic and extend the simple volume to add 2 gigabytes more. Now to do this, we're going to go ahead and open up VMware. We're going to make sure that we have computer 1 selected. In this case it's 2020 server 01 for me. We're going to make sure that this machine is turned off in order to do this. So first what you're going to want to do is click hard disk. It's going to bring you up to this screen. You can go ahead and click hard disk, make sure that it's highlighted. Go down to the bottom and click add. Doing this creates a new disk. We'll make sure hard disk is highlighted. We will click next. We can use the recommended settings, which in this case is SCSI. You can go ahead and click next. And it asks you which disk you want to use. We will be creating a new virtual disk in this case, so we can leave that button pressed. Click next. And it says how large do you want this disk to be. In our case we're creating a 10 gigabyte drive. So we will input 10. It's okay to split virtual disk into multiple files, so we can go ahead and click next. This is the disk file. Where do you want it stored? It's okay to leave it in the default settings. We'll go ahead and click finish. Now we have created the new disk. Now it is important to make sure you go to the bottom down here and click OK. If you just exit out of this window, it'll still show that you have created the drive. However, when you go to configure it later on the computer, it won't recognize it, so you won't see it. So go ahead and click OK. We're going to go ahead and power on this virtual machine and start configuring. Alright, so we have powered on the computer, and it brings us to the initial configuration tasks. And the server manager will go ahead and exit out of both of those. Now what you're going to want to do is you will click start and go to administrative tools. We will then go to the computer management. Under the storage drop down file, we're going to click disk management. It will then connect to the virtual disk. Now to confirm that you have created the disk, it should show down here at the bottom. What we're going to want to do next is attach it to the computer. So we're going to bring it online and we're going to initialize it. In order to bring it online, you right click disk 1, click online. You will then right click it again and you will initialize the disk. It'll bring you to the initialize disk window, meaning which disks you want to initialize. In this case, the only one we have is disk 1. We're going to use the MBR partition style. You can go ahead and click OK. Then you have a working successful disk right here at the bottom. Next, what we're going to want to do is we're going to create a simple volume using just 5 of the 10 allotted gigabytes. Now in order to do that, we'll go back to the VMware. You can right click the 10 gigabyte of the unallotted data. You will create a new simple volume. And then it brings you to the new simple volume wizard. You can go ahead and click next. It asks you to specify the volume size. In this case, we want just 5 of the 10 gigabytes. So you'll key in 5,000. You'll click next. And then it asks you to assign a drive letter. We're going to, in this case, use E. We're going to use the default settings to format. Go ahead and click next. And now it shows you the settings that you have placed on the new simple volume you just created. We're going to go ahead and click finish. Now you have created a new simple volume. Now next what we're going to want to do is we're going to extend that simple volume. No, I'm sorry, we're going to convert the disk to dynamic. Now in order to do that, you'll right click disk 1. You'll click convert to dynamic disk. And then it asks you which disks you want to convert. In this case we'll be converting disk 1. Go ahead and click convert. And it sends you a warning saying it's not bootable. It's okay, go ahead and click yes. And now you have converted that simple volume to dynamic and then you'll get a pop-up saying that you need to format the disk before you can use it. Go ahead and format it. Click Start, and it gives you a warning. That's okay. You can go ahead and click OK. Alright, now the disk is formatted. We're going to close this, and now what we're going to want to do next is we're going to want to extend the simple volume to add 2 gigabytes more. Now to do that, we will go back to VMware. We're going to right click the new volume that we just created, and we're going to want to extend that volume. So we can go ahead and click extend, and it brings you to the extend volume wizard. Go ahead and click next, and then it asks you which disks do you want to extend. In this case we're using disk 1, and how much do you want to extend it by here at the bottom. In this case we'll want to extend it by 2 gigabytes, so we'll type 2000. Click next, and then it tells you the details about the extension. Go ahead and click finish, and you have just extended that simple volume by 2 gigabytes. This concludes Lab 1. Thank you for watching.